Hi, I'm Sally.
And I'm Semma, and we are
The Buffy Babes. We're going to be talking all things Buffy, rewatch, reboot, and fun facts.
So let's go.
In the series 1 finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Prophecy Girl, Buffy overhears Giles telling Angel that it has been foretold that Buffy will face the Master and that she will die at his hand. Initially, Buffy refuses to accept her fate, but when Willow and Cordelia discover a room of murdered Sunnydale students, Buffy accepts her role as Slayer and goes to fight the Master. As it was prophesied, she dies after being bitten by the Master and thrown face first into water. However, Angel and Xander find her, and Xander resuscitates her, with Buffy then returning to fight and kill the Master.
Yes. Oh, this is such a good one. I feel like this episode is probably the best episode of the entire series just because it summarizes everything so neatly and balanced. Like it's got seriousness and then it's got comedy and then it's got
Yeah.
like lots of depth to it as well. And I feel like this is where you start seeing deep relationships starting to come to fruition. And you can sort of see, like, even in like the first scene of when we see her fighting the vampire at the very beginning, she looks like how she does in season 2. I feel like
Yeah.
it starts to get more of the season 2 Buffy. She's wearing the leather, she's got her hair up, she's like doing puns, and she's really like accepted. She's the Slayer now. This is what she does. She's going on patrol. She's gonna bite or fight the bad guys, and that's her life. That's her evening. That's the typical thing that she does now. And I like that this episode is the start of that because that's sort of like what it is like for the rest of Buffy, isn't it? Like she goes on patrol every
100%.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very end of this episode, I like the final note that I wrote down was this feels like the show is set up. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like it
Mm.
feels like all the episodes before have just kind of been like little pieces of this is the school, this is this character, these are a couple
Hmm.
of monsters, these are some vampires, and now this
Hmm.
episode is like boom, this is what Buffy is all about. And
Yes.
like strap in,
Yes.
folks. This is how it's
Yes.
going to be.
Exactly. Especially after scene when she finds out that she's gonna die. I
Oh
love
my
that
God, that
scene.
is such a good
even
scene.
even like I wasn't even listening to it properly because like my toddler was trying to talk to me at the same time, but I was still tearing up. It is such a good scene. It's so
Yeah.
emotional, and it's where you really get to see how good of an actress Sarah Michelle Gellar is,
Hmm.
the way it's written, the way it's acted, even like down to how like disheveled Giles looks because he's been up all night trying to fix it, and then like Angel is there all like lost and like, please just let me help you. And
Yeah.
she's just like, so upset about this whole thing and just like trying to control the situation. And it's just
Yeah.
so typical Buffy of what it's like every time she has to come face to face with something dramatic, face to face with
Yeah.
killing Angel, face to face with maybe killing Dawn, like all
Yeah.
these dramatic things that now happen in her life. This was the start of that. And I
This is
just
the first time
love,
we see it. Yeah.
yes, it's the first time we see that raw depth of what it means to sacrifice your entire life to be a slayer. And I
Yeah.
love that so much.
All right, this is going to be a really boring episode because I absolutely agree with everything you're saying right now. It's literally what I said. Like, so yeah, raw and honest and emotional. And yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar's performance in that scene was just
Mm.
so spot on. And it just gets you right in the heart, doesn't it?
It
Her
does every
reaction.
time. Like I don't ever skip series 1. I know you said that you do skip series 1 on a
Skip
rewatch.
all the way.
No, I never skip it honestly because I just love how light it is. Is honestly like the lightest season when it
Yeah.
comes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like it's known for its like raw like authenticity, I think. But season 1 is very cheesy, very light, very introductory, like you said. But I still never skip it, and still every time this scene gets me, like I still feel
Mm.
myself tearing up. Like I could just cry if I was in a room by myself.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
yeah, so I do always skip season 1. And I mean, there've been episodes during the rewatch that I've gone, oh, actually, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good
Mm.
episode. And obviously there have been some that I have not enjoyed.
No.
I really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I would.
Mm.
And I mean, I still don't know if I'll ever go back and rewatch all of season one again, like we have
Hmm.
done now. Maybe I'll watch
Maybe
this
just this
episode again.
episode.
Yeah, because I really did like it a lot more than I thought it would.
Mm.
And yeah, just because I think it has that real essence of what Buffy is all about with like her quick one lines and seeing the
Mm.
group all work together and yeah,
Mm.
that kind of emotion and what it means to be the Slayer, I suppose, when
Mm.
she doesn't want to be the Slayer. I love that.
Mm.
I love that in this episode that it just brings all these different elements together really well. And I also
Mm.
like that the whole like fight scene with the master doesn't drag on. I quite
Yes.
like that it's really quick.
Yeah. It is very quick. And I do like that she's even says like, whatever the outcome is, it won't take that long or something. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember the
yeah,
exact
yeah.
line anymore.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
she says it to Angel and Xander, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, and she's
yeah.
like, no matter what happens, it won't be long or something like that.
Yeah. I do love that this episode also not just like sort of is about the master and the rising, but also about the friendships. Because like at the beginning, Xander asks her out, doesn't he? And this is
Yeah.
like the first and only time he ever really asks her out. Like he does actually leave it. Like I don't ever remember him ever trying to come on to her again, even though it's always like, oh yeah, of course he's in love with her.
Mm,
Or he's always been in love with her, or blah 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 blah.
mm.
He never actually tries again, I don't think. I don't
Yeah, I
remember him
mean,
ever trying again.
there's because the next episode is when she was
When
when
she
she
was
was
bad.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she like there's that scene at the start, I think I'm remembering it right, where she is
She's
like,
like
did I
dirty
ever
dancing with
thank
him.
you?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, and she's like, oh, don't you wish I would? And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of flirting with him and stuff like that. But then and it would be kind of easy for him to, go down
Yeah,
that
but he
path
doesn't
and
though.
but he doesn't know. And
No.
then when is
Even
it
in the
during
mouse
season
one. Was
the
it the
mouse
mouse when
one?
she turns into a mouse or a rat? She gets turned into a rat, with the witch, bewitched, be
Yeah.
bothered and
Yeah,
bewildered.
yeah.
That one. Again, she comes on to him and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Um, So maybe because she turned him down, she turned him down very nicely as well. I think she was very straightforward. She's like, I just don't feel anything. And I feel like that was the best thing she could
She
have said.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is so in one of our earlier episodes, we had someone comment saying that originally Buffy and Xander were meant to be together,
Yes.
which I didn't know about and had to like go and
No.
look up to find out. And yeah,
Yeah.
they were supposed to be together. And it was kind of interesting watching that scene at the start, knowing that.
Mm.
Because whenever I've watched it in the past, I've watched it thinking Buffy genuinely doesn't like him and has no
Yeah.
interest in him.
Yeah.
But this time when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, is she just saying that because like out of loyalty to Willow? Because she
Mm.
knows Willow likes Xander, and obviously Buffy is into Angel.
That's true. Yeah.
But is there also a part of her that's like, oh, like maybe, but Willow's my friend, so I'm going to say no,
Yeah.
which I'd never thought about before because I've
That's
always just
true.
flat out thought they were never
Yeah.
meant to be together. But watching it with that knowledge does kind of change my interpretation of that scene.
Mm.
But what didn't change is I still think Xander is a right douchebag during the scene and in general. He may
He
not have
is.
come
He's
onto her
very
again in
rude.
future, but when he's like, you either feel it or you don't. And Buffy's like, I don't. And then he's like, well, try. I'll wait. And I don't
Yeah.
handle rejection well. Like, come on, Xander.
Yeah.
You are not painting yourself to be a very nice guy right now.
No, he's like flipping it. It's like, oh, you have to be undead to make time with you and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
very rude, very
He was
rude. Yeah.
so
He
harsh,
doesn't
so
handle it well
harsh.
at all.
Buffy was being very nice and very
Mm,
polite and very
yeah.
gentle, letting him down. And he was just a, yeah,
I
bit of a
think also
prick.
to her because she was so shocked, like, about him asking her in the first place. I think it's because
Yeah.
she's never thought of him that way. Maybe mostly because of Willow, because Willow and her always talk about how much she loves him.
Yeah.
So I think, when your best friend is in love with some guy, you wouldn't think about that guy in a romantic way or
And
or
she's
that.
always just been so preoccupied with Angel as well.
Yeah,
Like it
exactly,
wouldn't
because
have
there's a
even,
really
yeah,
hot guy
entered her
after you. So why would you
consciousness.
think about him?
Right.
Yeah, But there's a hot guy dishing out leather jackets. You don't need to think about the goofy one.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, I did like Willow when Zed was like, "Oh, why don't we go to the dance together?"
Yeah.
And she just straight up said, "No, like I'm not going to be your second choice and spend the
Yeah.
evening with you while you wish you were with Buffy." I was like, "Yeah, go
Yeah.
Willow."
I thought she had so much self-respect for herself, despite the fact that she's so like in love
Yeah.
with him and wants to be with him so badly. She doesn't want him to hang out with her as like a second choice. Like
She
that's
wants him to want her, doesn't she?
yeah.
But I feel
Yeah.
like maybe before Buffy came, she probably would have said yes to him.
Mm, but
I
I
feel
think
like maybe Buffy
she's
gave
growing.
her that confidence,
Yes,
or she's
definitely.
gained that confidence since Buffy is been in
Mm.
the picture, I should
I
say.
think generally just having a best friend like Buffy would give you more confidence, wouldn't it? Whether
Oh
they've given it
yeah,
to you or not. Like they're really
yeah,
cool. So obviously you
yeah,
think, oh well, if they're hanging out with me, so maybe I'm cool too.
yeah,
You
and
know?
just also seeing like the kind of confidence Buffy has for in herself
Mm,
and the self-respect she has for herself, that has to
mm.
rub off on Willow as well. You know,
Yeah,
even if it's not
definitely.
Buffy actively encouraging that in Willow, it's still gonna bring it out in her,
Mm.
isn't it?
Yeah, because look
Seeing
at the
like what
friend
another
circle.
strong girl is like.
Exactly. Because look at the friend circle she had before Buffy. It was just Jesse and Xander.
Mm,
So she just had two like douchey boys who, I don't know, laugh together and
And getting
didn't
picked on
really.
by Cordelia.
Yes, exactly. I love Cordelia in this episode. I think she's
Me
so
too.
funny, and even especially with the car, and she's like the library, great, and then she
Yeah.
just drives to the
But
library
like usually they
through
walk
the
when they go
wall.
to the library. She just drives straight through.
I know, I love that so much. And then she bites the vampire, and she's like, "We'll see how you like it."
Yeah.
I think she's so fantastic in everything she does. Every like how she acts, just it's just so good. I just love it. And I love how this kind of thing, like with her comedy and even Xander's comedy as well, is like sprinkled in between these
Mm,
serious moments of running for your life. And it's
yeah.
like this hilariousness is coming out, even with Xander and Angel going to rescue Buffy, and Xander's like, "You looked at my neck." You know, I
Yeah.
told you should have
I
eaten
like
before we left.
that.
It's just so funny. I'm just like laughing so much at his lines.
There's
But it
some really
makes
good
everything,
lines in here, weren't there?
yeah, really good. Like I kept writing them down. Like even with Miss Calendar when they're running for their lives and they run into the library and Xander and not Xander and Giles is like, "What's happening?" And then Miss Calendar's like, "Guess." Like it's pretty obvious what's happening right now. It's
And
just
Buffy's best line of all, I may be dead, but I'm still pretty, which is more than I can say for you
yeah,
to the
and fruit
master.
punch mouth.
Yeah, fruit punch.
It's just so random and hilarious, but that's just so like her, isn't it?
And when the what is it? Buffy must be Buffy, Xander, and Angel walking to fight the master, and the theme
Mm,
tune starts playing, and they're
yeah,
like walking along, and you're like, yeah, Buffy.
yeah,
Such a cool moment.
yeah. It's like it's so cheesy though, isn't it? But it sort of
It
like
is.
summarizes the cheesiness of the first season because you never really get that cheesiness again, do you? I don't
No,
remember ever Buffy ever really being that cheesy again. Um,
no.
But yeah, it summarizes it quite nicely. And then I like the bit when Miss Calendar's like being filled in by Giles about what's happening, and she's like, oh yeah, and Buffy. I don't get that Buffy's a Slayer because she's so little.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like I like all these little lines that they sprinkle in, and I just love Miss Calendar. I love her and Giles, and I love them talking and their chemistry, and she's just so elegant and well spoken. I think. Oh, it's just so exciting. I was so excited by this episode.
I really enjoyed watching this episode, and I'm so excited that we're going to be on to season 2 now as well.
Yes, yes. This is my favorite season, to be honest. Um,
One thing that you just talked about before, the line of Ms. Calendar saying, "I'm surprised about Buffy, you know, she's so
yeah,
petite or whatever." Because I'm sure in a previous episode, maybe it was Angel, we were talking about how Ms. Calendar already obviously knows who
yeah,
Angel is. And I
yeah.
feel like we talked about, does she therefore already know who Buffy is and who the Slayer is and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think she does because then when I think back to when Buffy confronts her about it, she specifically says she didn't know what would happen and she didn't know about her. She was just sent to keep an eye on him. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that her family had generations of people that literally has just been watching him over the years to
Yeah.
make sure that he's suffering and and yeah,
And
her the
she's just the
seer or
latest
whatever.
one.
Yeah, and the seer or whatever felt that his that it was lessening. So it's like, hold on a minute, let's go check that out. Why is his suffering lessening
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's why she was sent there because they didn't know. So they didn't know about the
Because
Slayer. They didn't know about him and her.
but he's been watching her since
Mm,
before they meet
yes.
in, season one. So
Mm,
he saw her at her old high school, was it?
yeah. At the old high school. Yeah.
So it makes me wonder how long her family have been watching him and like maybe how closely,
Mm,
you know? So
yeah.
maybe they've just been, yeah, like dipping in every now and then she's been sent permanently to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I think permanently because his suffering was
Yeah.
lessening because he's getting closer to Buffy. So even though
Yeah.
he's been watching Buffy for a long time, he hasn't got close to her. Like he was still
Mm,
suffering. Like he hasn't got to know her. He hasn't fallen in love with her. He didn't get to kiss her.
mm,
That kind of stuff. So I think as they get closer, his suffering's lessening. They were like, hold up, let's send
mm.
someone to see what's going on. Um, but it's
Yeah.
surprising that Miss Callan didn't really catch on to the fact that they were getting close, like especially in
Mm.
season two before everything happens. Like she didn't really do her job very well, to be honest.
Well, she
Did
had a
she?
Giles to distract her.
Yeah, exactly. She was way too distracted. She was too good at her job. So she just forgot about her other job.
But yeah,
Um,
that line about Buffy being the Slayer, I was like, oh, does she genuinely not know, or is she just
mm.
pretending that she doesn't know? But yeah,
Yeah, I think
probably
she just
genuinely
doesn't
doesn't
know
know.
because she was sent
Mm.
there to watch Angel. She has nothing to do with Buffy or the Slayers or
Mm.
anything like that. And she's very like understanding when Giles tells her stuff because she already knows about magic and
Mm.
witches and that
Yeah,
kind of thing, doesn't she? Because she's from a
yeah,
line of gypsies. Even though she's not a witch, she knows about the stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's why it's easy to tell her things and she just accepts it. Um, yeah, and I was gonna say, because before when I told you, is the master just under the library
Mm.
waiting? And he's like there the whole time. They're like
Mm.
going to school and talking in the library, and he's just like, "Hello,"
I
you
can hear
know.
you.
Yeah, and it's because he is
He
because
is,
because
yeah.
she says Miss Calendar says like so the Hellmouth opens where he
Yeah,
is. So where
yeah.
is
Where
he?
is the house? Yeah,
Yeah, and he was literally there. So now that I think about that, like if you
it is
rewatch
really
the whole,
funny.
yeah, you rewatch the whole thing when he's like keeps looking up at the ceiling. It's like, does he hear like students walking around and you can hear Buffy like talk about him and there's nothing he could do about it though. He's just there like stuck
I
with some
was
candles.
when I was yeah, the candles, when I was watching those, I was like, how did he get so many candles there? Does he have to like send out for them? Does a vampire lackey like bring him these candles? Is there
He
just a
must
big
do.
stash of candles down there? Like,
Yeah.
what are the logistics of this?
Yeah. And like, vampires will literally die if they get caught on fire. So
Mm,
it's quite
bit
dangerous
of a
to have
dangerous,
that
yeah.
many candles. Because if he just like tripped over on a rock or something and fell into a pile of candles, then it's just
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Like I know the prophecy doesn't say that, but that could have
It
happened. Or
was
she could have just pushed
prophesized
him.
that he
Yeah.
could. I mean, yeah, I also thought when he like first killed Buffy, all he
Mm.
did was literally take one bite out of her neck and then shove her away. I was like, couldn't
Yes.
you have done a better job of it, man? Like,
Yeah.
finish it properly. Make sure she's dead. Don't just take
Yeah.
a bite and chuck her away.
This is what I was thinking. I was
Messy,
like,
silly
is her
mistake.
blood so powerful that he only needed a bite? But compared to when in the beginning with the harvest and Luke,
Mm,
he needed to he needed to drink from several people, didn't he?
yeah,
He just kept
yeah.
going and he was gradually getting stronger. but he needed obviously more than one person.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, it has to
also,
be, right?
yeah. So
It has to
also,
be
yeah,
Super Slayer strength blood.
yeah. But then the whole thing about like, because I feel like it's very inconsistent with vampires feeding and people dying. It's always
Mm.
like just a bite, a couple of sips, and apparently
Yeah.
they're drained.
Yeah.
Like, how quick are they sucking?
I mean, there's a good few liters in there. It's going to take them
Yeah,
time.
yeah, surely. And then in that compared to like, when Angel has to feed on her,
Mm.
to get rid of that poison, like
Mm.
he's feeding on her for quite a while. And I know it's
Yeah.
because it's to emphasize the drama of that scene, because that's such a powerful scene.
Yeah.
But it obviously also shows that it takes actually quite a long time to
Mm.
kill someone, which never ever happens. But then I guess it's hard if it takes that long every time. It can't just be
Just like
like
a
a
good
quick,
5 minutes watching a
yeah, just
vampire
hold on
drink
a
someone's
minute.
blood.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering if it's just like it's sort of like cropped, like they don't really show the whole thing. You just
Mm.
have to imagine that they've stood there for 5 minutes sucking.
But
So
I mean, the master didn't drain Buffy.
no.
But why not? Like, surely Slayer blood has to taste so good to a vampire that even if you only need a little bit for his
Mm,
purpose, wouldn't he want to finish her off anyway? Like,
Because
wouldn't
even
it be some
Spike
kind of
didn't.
vampire thing?
Yeah. But remember when Spike killed that first Slayer?
Yeah.
He didn't drain her either. It was literally just like a bite and then gone.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah. See, it's a bit inconsistent with like,
Mm.
are they addicted to it? Is it good? Is it, doesn't matter
Mm.
anymore? Like, once they're dead, they're dead. And this is also what I wanted to discuss with you. So, you know how once one Slayer dies, another one is awoken.
Mm.
But why does Buffy get to keep the Slayer powers when she wakes up again, when she's brought back to life? That's what I was thinking. Like, because isn't the powers
Mm.
passed on? Like, now there's two sets of powers. Is it diluted in any way? Or she said she felt
Mm.
stronger. Like,
Yeah, I didn't get the stronger part. I didn't understand why she said she felt stronger. But I've always kind of thought that that power dies off with the Slayer and the new
mm,
Slayer gets a new power from like
oh,
whatever source it
really?
is
So
rather
you
than
don't
from
feel like
like
it's
jumping
passed
from one to
on?
the other. No.
Okay.
I just feel like the kind of the death of that power awakens it in someone else, awakens that power or a different power in someone else. And so
Interesting.
that when
Okay.
Buffy came back, like she still had the power kind of inside her.
Right.
Or it,
Because it's her power rather than
yeah, the
an
shared
ancient.
power.
Yeah, okay. Because I've always thought of it as that, as literally like that's the power
Okay.
from the first Slayer, and then
Yeah.
the actual power is
I mean,
passed
that kind
on.
of makes more sense, doesn't it? But then, yeah, then Buffy shouldn't have the power when
Yeah,
Xander brings her back,
yeah. She'll
or
just
when
be
she comes
normal,
back in
which would be
seasons.
very
Yeah.
interesting, but still, like,
Yeah, Buffy the not vampire slayer.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like I thought I like because yeah, thinking about if it's passed on or what you just said, awakened.
Hmm.
That's interesting because then it also goes like with the last episode as well of all the other
Oh,
women
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
waking up.
then
It did look
if
like they
it
were
was
waking up.
just one power, then
Mm,
surely if everyone was getting it at the same time, that would be diluted, wouldn't it?
mm. Yes. Interesting. Okay. So it's a power within you that's awoken
Yeah, yeah,
rather than something that's passed on.
yeah.
Interesting. I like that. I like that way of thinking about it. Yeah, I also thought that Xander's pumping her heart was very weak. Like
Oh
he wasn't
yeah.
really pushing very hard. It's like, come on, act a bit more. She's
Yeah, it
literally
was
dead.
a
The girl you love.
anyone who's done any kind of like CPR course, I feel
Mm.
like would be watching that and
Yeah.
being, yeah, you're not gonna bring her back like that, mate.
But I feel like if you were ever gonna like show a CPR moment in every TV program, you'd make sure it still looks like CPR, no?
Mm,
Maybe. I don't know. It wasn't like, come on. Even though it sort of
mm.
felt that way in their voices, like the actions didn't quite bring it up to
And
speed.
Angel seemed very unbothered.
Yes. I thought that was weird too. He's like, she's dead. She's not breathing. I don't have any breath. What do we do?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're asking Xander?
Yeah.
Like
Hang
surely
on, if
you
he's
like
asking Xander, maybe it did affect him more than he was letting on.
yeah, like he's over 100 years old. Like I don't know. You should be able to do something.
Yeah, it feels like he, firstly, is supposedly very into this girl, and he wasn't reacting like that. And then secondly, yeah, he's got all these hundreds of years of wisdom behind him. Like,
Mm,
come on, dude.
yeah, but maybe he had to act stupid in order to make Xander be the hero of the scene.
Yeah,
It's sort of
maybe.
a bit like that. So his character had to be more dumber than he normally is to make Xander look better for the scene of the hero. Okay, I'll come in and give her CPR.
Do you think we as an audience are really supposed to be watching this thinking, oh, I wish Xander and Buffy would get together? Oh, how romantic Xander saved Buffy. Like, is anyone
I
really
more
watching
think,
it like that?
ew. I was
Are
like,
there any Xander Buffy shippers out there?
I
Do
don't
they exist?
know. I don't know. But I literally thought, oh, that's the closest he's ever gonna get to kiss her, really. And she didn't even like, consent to it.
Typical Xander.
Literally.
Oh
That's
no,
all I
she's
could
dead.
think
I
of.
have to give her mouth to mouth. It's the only
Yeah.
way.
Well, technically, Angel suggested it, so
Mm.
it wasn't even my idea. I bet he
I
was thinking that.
I do like that they had that CPR mouth to mouth bit in though. I
Mm,
love that, the prophecy kind of was fulfilled,
yeah.
as it was foretold. And then they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we know how to bring someone back to life now, so
Yeah.
haha.
And only worked because she drowned. Because
Because she
if
drowned,
she,
yeah.
yes.
Exactly. If the master had done his job properly,
Yeah.
no one would be able to bring her back.
Yeah.
But because he
He,
just shoved her in the lake or river or whatever it was,
that pond he has. He has a pond
pond.
and a load of candles like that.
It's very Phantom of the Opera, actually.
Muddy pond. Yeah. Yeah, because she falls in there, she drowns, isn't it? Because she
Mm,
was sort of unconscious by being bitten.
yeah. And then
But
she
yeah,
drowns in the.
then she drowns. Yeah.
Mm,
So only because that happens is the reason why she's brought back, which is very interesting. So
mm,
it's like, well, that wasn't written, was it?
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, he doesn't kill her, does he?
No, he doesn't. But I like what he says as well. Of like, prophecies are tricky things because if you didn't come down here, I couldn't go, which is
Yeah,
very interesting. So if they
yeah.
hadn't read the book that Angel found and they didn't
Mm,
know about the prophecy, she never would have been led into hell by the boy because she wouldn't be there in the first place. She'd just be at the
mm.
dance with her friends.
So true, so
Yeah.
true.
So that was all Angel's fault for giving Giles the book.
Bloody angel.
I knew it.
He is evil. Ugh.
But yeah, if you think about it that way, it never would have happened if those things didn't happen. But yeah, I was also thinking about this monster that came out the ground, right? And I
Oh, that
love how
big
much of it's,
tentacle thing.
yeah. Isn't it so great that it's just like a big slimy puppet? And I hope that they do this in the new Buffy. Slimy
Yeah,
puppets are great.
slimy
Just loads of
puppets.
puppets.
I I was like at the end of this episode, I was just thinking, how are they going to explain all the damage to the school? Like the library was absolutely trashed
Mostly the
between
earthquake though.
Cordelia and her car and the monsters.
Yeah.
Like that place was ruined.
But the monster did come out of the ground where the earthquake happened. So there was already cracks in the
Yeah,
library,
okay.
wasn't there,
Yeah,
from the
true.
earthquake?
True, true, true.
So technically, I guess they could. And also, I wanted to say, why did the Hellmouth close when the master died? Like, how was his lifespan connected to the Hellmouth?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Something about, I mean, if he was the one to open it with whatever power he had, then once
Hmm.
that power's gone,
It closes.
it closes. Yeah. Like,
So it would have
is its,
eventually closed anyway
I
if
mean,
he
yeah, is
died
its natural
at some
state to
point.
be shut? It
Well,
must be,
everyone
right?
keeps trying to open it, so maybe it is.
Mm,
Like they're constantly trying to open this Hellmouth with
mm.
various ways, and it keeps like not staying open for very
Because
long.
yeah, if its like natural state of being was to be opened, then surely then once it opened, however it opened, it would stay open.
Mm,
But
but
it
it's
doesn't.
not. Yeah. And it happens every time, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like even in, was it season 4 when they're trying to, when those demons are sacrificing themselves into the Hellmouth and Buffy stops them with Riley and it's Riley's first apocalypse. And do you remember that one? And he's like
No.
wearing Xander's trousers and this was
Oh
the first
yes.
time that Spike starts
Yes.
fighting
Yep,
demons.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that one. Quite a missable episode to be honest. It's not like the most apocalyptic one, but it was an interesting one in terms of like the Hellmouth again.
Mm.
Um, but they're trying to sacrifice demons to open the Hellmouth. And again, because the last demon wasn't sacrificed, it didn't open.
Yeah, yeah,
So it seems like there's always a lot of effort to try and open this Hellmouth. And it
yeah.
either doesn't stay open for very long or just doesn't open at
Doesn't
all.
open, yeah.
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 So very interesting. I like that perspective of maybe it just shouldn't be open. It just doesn't want to be
Mm.
open.
Mm.
Because it is another universe, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just
Is
like
it
a
the same
gateway to
universe
that.
that Angel gets pulled into, do you think? Because he goes
I've
into
always thought
that
not.
hell. Different
Yeah.
one.
I've always thought different one, but I don't know why. I mean, it
Mm,
may well be, but I've always just kind
yeah,
of got the impression that it's a different dimension.
it must be. Because even the one that Buffy goes into in season 3, when she runs away
Oh
and she
yeah.
goes into hell to
Yeah.
get those people out,
Yeah.
that's technically hell. I never really realized that
Yeah.
until I rewatched it. I thought it was just another place. But the fact that they went through a portal and then, oh, okay, so that is hell. But that must be a different dimension of hell as well. Like, it wouldn't be the
Mm.
same one that Angel went to or the same one that the big lizard thing's from or.
And then the one that Glory tries to open
Yes,
in
again,
season
so another
five.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, how
Interesting.
many portals to different hell dimensions are there? And how many hell dimensions are there?
Yeah. Well, was it Tara that was saying that there are like infinite possibilities? Or Willow was saying there's
Mm.
infinite universes and because they were trying to send that troll guy to a universe with lots of trolls, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
very hard to make sure they
But
find the
what do
right
they
one.
say? Don't they also say there's another Hellmouth in like Cleveland or something?
Cleveland, yeah. So would that be
But
to
then
another one?
because they call it a Hellmouth, I've kind of assumed it's the
It'll be the
same one
same.
because it's got the same
Mm,
name rather than being
yes.
called a portal or a I don't know, like
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Interesting. Lots and
So
lots of
many
thoughts.
questions.
So many questions, yeah. But lo, how fantastic. Did you have any fun facts for us, Sally?
I do have some fun facts, and for something
Mm,
different, I've got one Mythbuster fun fact.
okay. Oh,
Myth
okay.
to bust. Okay. So fun facts. This episode was written as a potential series finale, not just season
Oh,
finale, because all the episodes were filmed before the show aired, so they didn't know if they were going to get renewed for a second season. So it was kind of
okay.
written to be a complete show within itself, just in case it didn't get picked up again.
That's why it summarizes so neatly then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And it does work well as well.
it
Like,
does. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, what else do we have? Oh, there was supposed to be raining stones in the show to signify the impending apocalypse, but this was cut due to budget. So it was supposed to
Mm,
be have like loads of rocks showering down
right. Okay.
as just another sign of the apocalypse. Alison Hannigan claimed in a magazine interview that she filmed a much stronger version of the scene where Willow and Cordelia discovered the bodies of Kevin and his friends. So
Hmm.
she says, we did a tame version for America and a bloodier version that we thought we could get away with in Europe, but we poured blood everywhere. But I don't know if this actually like came to fruition. I don't know if there's two versions floating around or if they just filmed them, but one scene got released worldwide.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
it
know.
didn't seem like that was that bloody.
There was like
So,
that one bloody handprint on the TV.
yeah.
and then just
Yeah.
some bodies
And a
lying
bit on the
around. So,
door, and that was about it.
yeah. I
Mm.
mean, do we count as being European? Have we seen the same
Well,
one?
then, yeah.
Are we like rewatching the American? Because I'm watching it on Disney Plus. Where are you watching it?
I am right now, yeah, but I do have the DVDs, but I don't remember it being any gorier than that.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
got the
That might
original
be
DVDs
interesting.
though. Yeah.
Interesting to find out. I think probably it was all just one thing, but anyway.
Mm.
And now for the myth busting fun fact.
Hmm.
Um, so there seems to be a fun fact going around that Sarah Michelle Gellar took the prom dress from
Mm.
this episode, and then posted a picture to Instagram in May 2020 during lockdown with the caption, all dressed up and nowhere to go, and the hashtags Prophecy Girl and Safe at Home. When one fan asked if she was wearing the dress, she replied, "You know it, but it's not. It's not the
Oh,
dress. It's a different dress. It's a
oh,
dress she wore to the Grammys." So I went
uh,
to look at this Instagram post and I was
yeah,
like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, that actually doesn't look like the same dress. So I did a bit of internet sleuthing, and apparently, yeah, it's a dress that she wore to the Grammys. And I tried to find her comment where she says, like, it is the dress. But
yeah.
that Instagram post has almost 8,000 comments
Oh,
on it. So I couldn't find it. Maybe she's deleted it. Maybe it's hiding in there somewhere.
maybe,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so that's a fun fact that everyone thinks is true. But I mean, maybe she did nick the dress, but if she has, she hasn't been posing on Instagram. So there you go.
Maybe she can't put it on anymore. She was only 18 at the
I
time.
mean, I think the dress that she was wearing was from like 2 years before season one.
What was it?
I
Gosh.
think it was 95. I mean,
Mm,
either way, impressive, but and they do
yes.
look like very similar dresses, but they're
Mm,
different. Yeah.
mm. Oh, that's
So
very
there you
cool.
go. Just in case
Uh,
anyone out there. And all the comments underneath are like, oh, how cool. Oh, I'm watching Prophecy Girl at the moment. Oh, slay. Yes, queen.
yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And then there's like a few, not many, but in like all the scrolling I did, there's a few people who are like, I don't think that's the dress. That looks a bit
Yeah.
different to me. And then there's also, funnily enough, loads of comments being like, oh, we need another series of Buffy and bring back Buffy and all this kind of stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well, they're bringing
5
it back
years
now.
ago, if only you knew it's coming.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say that I love that Sarah Michelle Gellar has continued to love the fact that she was Buffy, because there are not
Yeah,
a lot of actors like continue that. Like they have that one, role that made them really famous,
yeah,
but then they
defines
never really
them.
like keep going with it, if you get what I mean. But she
Mm,
has like she's acted in so many different things.
mm.
But Buffy seems to be the one thing that she keeps like, I guess, fanning about and
Yeah,
talking about, and like she had that sleigh mug, and like
yeah.
she does do these little things, doesn't
She
she? Like
makes little Buffy references a lot.
she does, and I love that she does that because it feels
Yeah,
like that she loves it just as much as the actual people who watched it did.
yeah. And
Like,
you can absolutely understand why some actors choose not to do that, that they really
mm,
want to break away from being known as one character for the rest of their lives.
mm,
So if she didn't do that, like it would be completely understandable,
yeah,
especially when you consider, everything that was going on in the show with Joss Whedon and everything. Like maybe
mm,
she wants to distance herself from it, but she doesn't. And I think the fans so appreciate that, and
mm.
it
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 makes it
does
more
make you.
special, I think.
It does, and it really makes it seem like she appreciated that role and that she
Yes. Yeah.
genuinely liked being Buffy Summers. And
Mm.
that's nice. It sucks
Yeah,
when
it is
you
nice.
when you really like a show or a movie or something, and then years later, an actor will come out and be like, "Oh, I really hated making that film," or "Oh, I really didn't like that
Yeah,
character," and it ruins it, doesn't it? It
it
really does
does.
ruin
It
it.
does ruin it because you like really fall in love with that character and they're just like, oh, I just hated doing that. So I wish I could have done something else. And you're just like, oh, okay then.
Yeah, yeah,
And being
but
in that world, like that was people's escape.
yeah,
And you need it as you grow up. Like the
and
reason
that's the
why we
other
keep
thing.
watching Buffy. We need it.
So on Sarah Michelle Gellar's Instagram,
Mm.
I mean, around that time, her posts were getting like hundreds of comments, but like in the hundreds. So in that post, she got 8,000 comments, whereas around that time she was getting like a couple of hundred or a few hundred.
Mm.
Um, which shows that when she posts something Buffy related, like people really appreciate it and feel the need to say something. But also in those comments, there were so many people saying, oh, like I really appreciated Buffy. Buffy got me through a really tough time, or I've been rewatching Buffy during quarantine, or I've been rewatching Buffy with my friends, or my family, or whatever. And it just shows like how special it is to people, even after all this time.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just so wonderful to be able to continue that character because she even says happy birthday to Buffy sometimes,
Mm,
doesn't she?
yeah,
On her social media.
it's nice. We love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
This, so in terms of news for the reboot, it's been announced that, well, Eliza Dushku announced that she wasn't going to come back to Buffy, which is fair enough. We sort of
Yeah,
saw that coming, didn't we? Um, I hope they don't recast her.
I can't imagine they would.
I was going to say it is an opportunity to have another new Slayer, but then maybe because it's going to be in a new world, Faith wasn't there anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine Faith being in there as more than like a cameo kind of appearance
Mm,
anyway. I couldn't really
mm,
see her as being a recurring character. Um, although I suppose in the same kind of way that she was like a mentor in season 7, they might have done something similar. But yeah,
mm.
it's not surprising that she's not returning, is it? And I think they don't know. Will they have someone similar? A similar kind of character, do you think?
They might do. They might be like, because they sort of had that in the potentials. Like you had the potentials that were like good and wanted to do well, and then you had other ones that were like, no, I'm going to be the best. And do you know what I
Mm,
mean? Like
mm,
you sort of do have, I guess it's like power crate that take the power for for granted, and then people that will use the power for bad, use the power for good. Like it is still like that person at the end of the day. Being the Slayer doesn't necessarily change them. I feel like it amplifies their
mm,
natural characteristics.
yeah.
So if you are just innately a good person, like Buffy is, then you're even more of a good person. With Faith, she didn't have a very good upbringing. She was quite selfish. She was quite lost. She was quite just sad generally.
Mm,
And that's just amplified when she became the Slayer, even more like paranoid and lonely and all that kind of stuff. So
mm,
I think it just amplifies your characteristics with a bit of strength and super healing.
yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I do think Buffy, like as a show, especially in this episode, it kind of reiterates that it all comes down to our own personal choices
Mm,
as to how we act and what we do. And I
mm,
think because Faith did turn it around in the end, didn't she?
mm.
So, even if being a Slayer kind of amplifies your personality or your character, you're not locked into it. You can still change.
No. Well, like everyone, you do have a choice, don't you? Buffy still
Yeah.
chose to go and fight the Master, and even though she knew she was going to die, but she just
Yeah.
had to, because she felt like she had to. She was the one with the power to stop him, and if she didn't, then who else would do it? And that's sort of how
Mm.
she saw it, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so oh, I'm so excited for season 2. It's gonna be
Me
so good.
too.
I love season 2. I don't really like the first episode, to be honest, when she was bad. I feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of annoying, but it gets better.
Yeah. I also don't love the fact that they bring the master back. I
Well,
mean, they
like
don't bring
they
him
try
back, but
to. Yeah.
she that I mean that he's still like in the plot line that he's even there at all
Mm.
because she has to like crush his bones or something, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Dig
yeah,
him
she
up and
does.
then destroy him again or something. Yeah, I
Mm.
remember not enjoying that the master kind of came back in that way. I was like, I'll just move on to another plot line already. I'm sick of the master. I want someone else.
Mm.
So yeah,
And
once he's
it's sort of
gone,
like, yeah, definitely. Um, but then Spike also sort of ends that plot line as well when he kills the anointed one. So
yeah,
it's sort of like
Spike. Yay, we're getting to see Spike.
Yeah,
Evil
go on.
Spike, Evil
What number is
Angel,
that?
more Ms.
Is it like
Calendar. It's all happening.
64? Yes, I can't wait to talk about season two.
Lots of exciting episodes coming up. All right, so the next episode is When She Was Bad. We'll see you then.
See you then.
What did you think of this episode?
Let us know in the comments below.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week.
We're not just saying, we're slaying.